William Goodge broke the record of running across Australia and he smashed it by 4 days. This is an incredible achievement, but some in the running community are questioning if Goodge's run was legit. So for a bit of background, William Goodge, he's a 31-year-old ultra runner from the UK. He was a former model and semi-professional rugby player. But in 2018, he lost his mum to cancer, and this is when he started running. And it turns out that he's really, really good at it. In 2023, he became the fastest Brit to run from California to New York. He's obviously just smashed the Trans-Australia record, and all the while over these years while he's been running, he's also been raising money for cancer. But some ultra runners, they've been digging into his running data and they have some questions. So the thing with ultra running is because you're covering such huge distances, that means there's a lot of self-reporting. So for records like this, people take a GPS watch and then they'll run from point A to point B, and then they submit their data to the Guinness World Records or fastest known time. And because you'll often quite literally be in the middle of nowhere, it can be really hard to validate this data. So we're pretty much taking the runner's words for it. Ultra runner William Cockerell, he's been the most outspoken because he thinks that Goodge's data isn't adding up, specifically his heart rate data. He thinks that his heart rate is too low for the distances that he's been running. And he even flew out to the US when Goodge was running from California to New York to see if he was doing this thing called watch muling, which is where you swap your watch between runners so you can have a break, but the run is still going.
I mean, the other day he went out in 46k for 6 hours, which is a fantastic piece of running. And then he came back in 46 even quicker. Nobody wants a negative split on a transcript.
Mate, I'm telling you now, whatever numbers you're looking at, they're happening as we're running.
He found no evidence of wrongdoing, and it's something that Goodge fiercely denies. He says that his heart rate is low because of his foundational training and the fact that he's running slowly with a steady effort over time. But day 2 of his Australia run raised some eyebrows when it was flagged on Strava that he set a new personal best for running 400 meters, and he ran that in 23 seconds. Now, that is 20 seconds faster than the world record, and a Canadian running magazine looked at his in-reach data and found that he was doing speeds exceeding 80 kilometers an hour. However, this could easily be an error with the data, and it can be explained by transmission errors given that he's running in really remote parts of Australia. All of these questions he's been prepared for before his run, and he said it comes with the territory, and that he also appreciates that there is a higher burden of proof when you say you're going for an actual record. I will say that those doubting his achievements, they're in the minority, and there's been a lot of endurance athletes like Ned Brockman, who's done the same run. They've thrown their support behind him, calling it inspirational and a feat of human endurance.